What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, your bright host, Albright, and today we're going to be talking about... Ignore that, I was watching Walking Dead, Netflix, and chilling with myself. But yeah, like I said, today I'm going to be doing a video about what makes Superman, Superman. Starting out this video, I'm sure most of you already know the story of Superman. Long ago, a planet named Krypton explodes, and during its dying moments, a baby boy escapes on a spaceship and ends up on Earth. And then he grows up and discovers the yellow sun gives him powers and whatnot, but everybody knows that. What I'm going to tell you is what makes this Man of Steel the definition of heroes. What makes this Man of Steel Superman. So we start our story with Superman boarding on a train towards Metropolis. Now this is during his early days of being a superhero, so yeah, he's just coming out of high school, I believe. And yeah, when Clark finally reaches Metropolis, now he goes on this journey where he's trying to look for himself. You see, now this is why I want you to focus on this part. This is why I usually love Superman does so much. I know most of you are gonna go in the comments and say, fanboy, you know what, just go ahead and do it now, fanboy. Now the reason why I really want you to focus on this part is because he's looking for his home. Superman is not like me and you. He did not come from planet Earth. He came from planet Krypton. Now, inside him, no matter what, planet Krypton will always be his home now and forever. When he arrives in Metropolis, he starts checking out the area just to get a feel of the place. In other words, just a small town farmer kid decides to go visit the big city. Now, at one point, he decides to go walk down an alley, and then someone holds him at gunpoint, pointing a gun to his face. Now, what he does is just heat visions the guy's gun and walks away. Superman goes to visit his football stadium while players are practicing, and in doing this, the coach is right there well aware that he's coming, because the coach earlier on got a note that Clark Kent was coming. Now he knows Clark Kent for being a guy who can play any position, linebacker, quarterback, wide receiver, all of that. So he's expecting a big guy, but what he then sees is a scrawny little farmer boy. And he's wondering, why is this guy here? So he decides he's going to give him a chance anyway to try seeing what he can do. Now when the coach decides he's going to try out Clark, and basically what you would expect from Clark is he's going to go line up against one of the scrawny little ones just to fit his height, you know, same height, same difference. But no, he goes up against the biggest linebacker they has. And in doing so, the ball gets passed to him and he just tackles the guy, throws the guy out of the field. Surprisingly, everybody just in awe how this little scrawny guy could just throw such a giant away. So that's not all too. The coach decides he's going to put everybody against Clark. Now Clark is over there just holding the ball, trying to go through. He just flings everyone out of the way as if they were just little countless twigs. And that's what I really like about Superman. He's just so strong, so powerful. But then that's not it. Later on you see that Superman goes on to visit this lab. Now I'll get to the whole point of this whole story, but later on you see that Superman goes to visit this old lab. And in doing so, he sees this guy, and this guy's like, get out of here, we don't need amateurs like you, because this lab is one of the top-notch labs. They only accept 5 people in the whole entire world per year. That is very hard to get into. Now Superman just walks in there, and he's about to walk out, but then he sees through a window that people are working on a little experiment. Now he asks them, what are they working on? What are those guys over there doing? The guy, expecting Clark Kent not to do anything, just tells Clark, yeah, these guys are just over there working on how to derive electricity from salt water. Now Clark immediately just takes out a notebook, writes down an equation and says, hand them this. This guy is over there like, why would I just go ahead and hand them an equation? So he just goes and do it anyway. He hands them an equation. He immediately runs back and says, Clark, have a seat, we need to talk. Now what really makes this part really great is because Clark just immediately solved the equation to derive electricity out of salt water in just seconds. People have been trying to do that for over 4 years now, and he does it in just seconds, just like that. That's really something. Now Superman, when he immediately finds out about this, that you're about to accept him in, he decides he's just gonna walk out and then come back later, saying that he'll keep their acceptance under recommendation. When Superman is going out to save someone, his secret identity isn't Superman. His secret identity is being Clark. He's not like me and you. He wasn't born regular. He was born a superhero. He was born a god, basically. And what he does on his daily basis is try to fit in. He tries to be like us. He tries to be human. That's what Clark Kent is. That's what the Man of Steel is. That's what makes him a Superman. He's the definition of what it means to be a superhero. When Superman goes out to go stop a robbery, he isn't trying to go there and just beat up the bad guy and save the day. No, he tries to go there to save the robber from himself. Save them from him. You're looking at a god amongst men. Superman is what it means to be a superhero. Now I know what you guys may say, he has all the powers, he has no struggles or whatever, but that's the point. That's the whole point of DC. You have to look up to them. You can't try to be like superheroes in DC. DC's whole concept is, hey, these guys are your role models, look up to them. You will never be able to become them, but what you can do is look up and try to aim towards them. They're the goal you're heading towards. Now we know you will not be able to reach it, but you have to try to reach it. That's the difference between DC and Marvel. Marvel, sure, you can try to be like some of the superheroes, like Spider-Man, a 15-year-old trying to go out there and save crime while keeping his grades. Sure, we could try to do that. I mean, good luck on the grades part, but yeah, you can actually try to do that. As for Superman, it's different because he is a god amongst men. You will never be able to try to be like him. You will just try to hope to be like him. That's what makes him such a superhero. That's what I love about Superman. Now I know in the comments below you will just be like, fanboy, wow, this guy's not so good, this guy's not so special, but that's what I think about Superman. All this is getting up to why he is the definition of superhero. And here's a challenge for y'all out there. Go out there, make a difference, try to be someone new, try to be someone epic, and happy Thanksgiving. Now before I end this video, I want to give you some reading recommendations. Just a few things to just show you around the DC universe, to just tell you what's going on. First off, on my reading recommendation is Superman Earth 1. Now most of what I said in this video is gathered from Superman Earth 1. It's a story about Superman, but it doesn't tie into the rest of the DC universe. It's just Superman alone, and it focuses on what makes him him, his origin story, and everything. Next book I'm suggesting you really read is Flashpoint Rebirth. Now this is about how the DC Rebirth started. Remember, this is not a reboot, it's more of a rebirth. It's just a new status quo and the characters you really like. So Flash focuses on how it all started and how it all began and where we are right now in the DC storyline. Next up, one of my favorite books I want you to read is Doctor Strange, Ways of the Weird. Doctor Strange, as we all know, is one of the greatest sorcerers. You know, the Sorcerer Supreme and whatnot. But the thing about him is that in this story, you actually focus on why he's not getting affected by any of this magic. Because some magic, with great power comes great responsibility. And with that also comes great pain. Now, we haven't seen him focus on any pain so far, but this story focuses all over it. We get to see what exactly makes him Doctor Strange. We get to see the dark side of him. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed my explanation. I wanted to go more into depth, but I didn't want to take up your time. So yeah, like I said, happy Thanksgiving, and I am catching up on The Walking Dead. I might do videos about it, I might not, I don't know. Whatever you want, just leave it on the comments below. So yeah, click here if you want to see the video I did on The Flash. Click here if you want to see the review I did on Beauty and the Beast trailer. Now, see you guys later. Have a great day. I'll see you on the drawing board.